All right, let us say hello to the number 5 ranked light heavyweight in the world today. He was scheduled to face Dominick Reyes in the main event of the UFC's February 27th card, but due to an injury to Reyes, that fight is now postponed, but still wanted to bring on the former Ryzen light heavyweight champ for a conversation. Jiri Prochazka is here. Jiri, how are you, man?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. It's great to have you here. So the reports came out last week that the fight with Dominick was being postponed. You actually tweeted it out yourself this past Saturday as you record. When did you know that Dom was hurt and that the fight was going to get postponed?
I know that, I think, last week. Yeah. Before 1 week, they said us to Dominick is hurt, and the fight will be postponed.
I mean, it's as you know, it's a crazy world we're living in these days. Not just, you know, with what you guys do for a living. It's the fight game. There's injuries and stuff happens all the time. But now we have this pandemic to deal with too. How did you react to the news? Were you kind of prepared for that because of how things are right now?
For me, it was. I think for me it's good. It's good for me because I have a lot of injuries, the small injuries from the preparing too. So I am happy for that time to be ready for the fight too, and I'm happy for that because now I have more time to trying more things for the fight, and now it's time for me to play with that, to enjoy the time in preparing, and not just hard work and preparing enjoying the fighting and enjoying the preparing for these Dominick. Yeah.
I'm curious how that conversation was because like I could see like the UFC calling you on the phone and being like, "Oh, Dominick's hurt, the fight's being postponed," and you're like, "Oh man, this is terrible." And then you hang up the phone, and you're like, "Yes, this is great news. I get to heal up a little bit." Is that kind of how it was?
No, not like that, but okay, we have more time, so we have more time for the preparing, and it's good for me because the coaches knows I was feeling a little bit tired, so much trainings, and that was so much for me, this prepare, and I was needed to take this prepare a little easy, and now it's time to do that. So I'm happy for that, and I wish the Dominick the best, and I'm looking forward for the fight.
It is it's a big fight when it does happen. I do want to go back to July to your debut because there's a lot of people who saw you compete and go on that great run in Ryzen. So a lot of people knew what you were capable of when you stepped into the octagon, but there's a lot of other people who saw you for the very first time when you knocked out Volkan Ozdemir at UFC 251. What was that night, that moment like for you, getting in the octagon, making your debut, and winning the way that you won?
What is the worst, or what you said?
What was that night like for you? Knocking out Volkan, the fight itself.
Yeah. What is the night? That was a great night. Yeah, that was a great night, and I just showed my best in that fight. I showed my best, and I'm happy for that. That's working. Everything's working. My team's working. The cooperation with my coaches, and I tried, because I tried the new setups in the fight, and it's worked. It worked. So I'm happy for that.
Volkan, I mean, he fought for the belt before. He's a dangerous guy. Nice stiff test right off the bat for you. It was a crazy fight. And in the second round, that's when you really started to turn things up. Most of your fights here, you don't get out of the first round. So I'm curious, everyone was loving that performance, but were you as thrilled with that performance as everybody else was?
No. The performance from the first round was horrible. It was there was a lot of news setups what I tried in the first round, and it's not worked like how I want that. So in the second round was better because I need to change that for my old style, and now I have the time to how to say, to connect that style from the first round and the style from second round to make something what will be working. Yeah.
So that first round, you were just kind of getting used to the new surroundings, so to speak.
Yeah. I'm working for the with the briefing, with the special briefing and with the special feeling in the body. And the first round was so aggressive for me, and there was not this aggressive was not so on the place, yeah. And because I have a little stand like this, I think the inside stand like my opponent, like Volkan, and I need to be more lighter, not so heavy punches. I need to be more easy and light movement, yeah, not so heavy breathing and heavy steps. A lot of work before me.
Is that something that you've been focusing on ahead of this to fight with Dominick Reyes?
Yeah, sure, because that's what I'm talking about all the time, and that's one thing what I want before the fight and in the fight and after fight. I just want to working on my style, and I think it will be work in the fight.
What do you think of the matchup with Dominick? Because he came into last year undefeated, fought Jon Jones for the title, lost a super close decision, a fight that a lot of people thought he won, and then he fights Jan Blachowicz and gets finished in that fight. How do you like this matchup with Dominick, especially with him on a losing streak, unfamiliar territory, and his back's kind of against the wall here?
Yeah, I think I don't take it like that, because I think the fight with Jon Jones was from him. It was incredible performance, and I take him like a champion, yeah, like one of the best guy in our division. So in my meaning is nothing bad for the Dominick. So I'm very careful with that. Yeah.
Yeah. And what I meant by that was just because he's lost 2 in a row and this division is so interesting right now, it's hard to take a step back.
Yeah.
Did you think he beat Jon Jones?
I think not 100%, but maybe, yeah. I think his performance was how to say, his performance was better than Jon Jones, but the Jon Jones was the champion, and if you want to be the champion, you need to knock him down, knock him. Yeah, so that's the problem. Not leave it for the referees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people question the judges pretty much that entire night.
Especially with Jon Jones. Yeah, he's the master for the points.
I agree. Has the UFC given any sort of timeline for when they might reschedule this fight? Like, if you were to guess, do you think maybe April, maybe longer?
March. I think they tried to reschedule it. I think they said us 5-6 weeks. 5-6 weeks. We will see what will be the free date, and we will call you.
What do you think? March? End of March, maybe?
Yeah, I think in March.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pay-per-view, right? One of those two cards on pay-per-view?
What?
What, maybe the 27th? That
I don't
260?
know. I don't know yet.
Okay.
I don't know yet. So I can't tell you.
Okay, fair enough. I'm just kind of seeing if you had like kind of a guess, but
Yeah.
we mentioned Jan Blachowicz getting ready to defend his title for the first time. He's fighting Israel Adesanya, who's coming up from the middleweight division, and it's interesting because this is obviously a big fight when you have a guy like Israel. But there's fresh contenders in this division. You got guys like yourself, guys like Glover Teixeira, who, I mean, you could make arguments that you guys could fight for the belt right now. When you saw that Adesanya was getting the title fight in your division, what did you think of that?
Yeah. I think it's nothing because Adesanya, like I said in many interviews before, Adesanya is the champion, and I think the champion can fight with another champion. Yeah. And that's I think that's normal. I think that's normal, and I want to see that fight. I'm very how to say, I want to see that.
Who do you think wins?
Ooh, I like the easy style, but I think the Yannick will win.
The Polish power comes through?
Yeah. I think, yeah.
I think so many people are sleeping on Jan Blachowicz, like, and they do all the time. Yeah. They always kind of like overlook him, especially in this fight. There aren't a lot of people giving him much of a chance.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The people don't give the chance for Blachowicz.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're just like, they think Israel's just going to run right through him. I don't think it's going to be like that at all. I think it's going to be a really competitive fight.
Yeah, I think too. I think the same.
Like we mentioned earlier, we're in this bizarre, crazy world where anything can happen, and March 6th is a long time away, even right now. So if the UFC called you right now and said, "Hey, Jiri, I know you're trying to heal up. We got this fight with Dominick Reyes in the works for you. What if you could be the backup for the title fight? Would you be down for that?"
With what? With the title fight?
If they brought you in as like the backup, like you're the backup guy. So if something happens between either Blachowicz or Adesanya and they can't go, you get slotted in. Would you be in for that?
Yeah, sure. But I think before the title, I'm enjoying every fight. Now I'm in the UFC, and I want to enjoy every fight. I want to grow up with every fight, and I like this step up with step by step. Yeah, and it's a great. This is the great moment in my life, and I like that. So I think for the title, if they will call me for the title, yes, I will take it. But now I want to fight with Dominick, and after Dominick, after Dominick. I want to be focused for the fight with Dominick now, not for another fight. Doesn't matter now. Anything is for me important more than this fight. Yeah.
So you're just enjoying the ride. You're in no hurry. You're enjoying it, and it's refreshing to hear that, because a lot of fighters are just like, I want to get right to the title, and you're just like, what's the rush?
I want to go to the title directly too, but I want to enjoy every opponent who's the before me. Yeah, I want to prepare for every opponent very precisely, and yeah.
I'm sure. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I'm still working on my style, and I'm still growing. Yeah, and I want to make myself, my style, my mind, fight IQ in the fight better and better with every fight, and yeah, and I liked it, and I'm now I'm in UFC. I had the first fight after me, and now I'm starting to enjoy that, all these things, and that's what I dream about all my career, to be there, right, like here and now, and to feel great, to feel powerful, to feel yes, just like that.
Do you feel like you learned more in the Volkan Ozdemir fight than any other fight in your career? Because you seem like you're in such a different place than you were at any other point in your career. Like, obviously you're a dangerous fighter, very talented, but I feel like you grew so much from that fight. Is that accurate?
Yeah, because if you don't learn from your loses from the fight, there is the one way. You need to learn from your winning fights, or you will lose, and that will be the right chance for your learning to be better. And I'm trying to learn from the winning fights, from the win fights. Yeah, and that's what I do now.
Two last things before we let you go. I know you got some stuff to do, but first off, it is February, and like you said, if the phone rings, you're in, but you're in no rush at this point to get to the title, and a lot can happen before the end of the year. So by the end of 2021, do you think you will have fought for, or you will be the UFC light heavyweight champion?
I can imagine that. So I think, yeah, why not?
There you go.
Why not? It's incredible way, and I like that.
Okay. And then I'm going to do this. Last thing, April 17th, all right? You're sitting at home. You want to watch some fights on television. You want to sit back and chill out. What are you watching? Are you watching Robert Whittaker versus Paulo Costa, the UFC fight? Or are you watching the boxing match between Ben Askren and Jake Paul?
Oh man, sure, UFC, the Whittaker with Costa, man. What is the boxing fight? Who is this guy?
Ben Askren and Jake Paul.
Yeah, Ben Askren and Jake Paul. Yeah, Jake Paul, I think he's a good boxer, and the first one, the Ben Askren, I think that's the. I think that was not the good choice to do this fight. So we will see. We will see.
So so they're not getting your money. You're watching the UFC fight.
Sure. Yeah. But this is not make sense for me, this fight. So I don't want to see that.
Fair enough. Well, I think a fight that everybody wants to see is you versus Dominick Reyes. Hopefully we get that rescheduled pretty soon, because I think it's a hell of a fight, and a lot of people are excited about it. But I appreciate the time very much, Jiri. All the best to you in training, and I think I speak for everybody when I say we're excited to see you back in there, man. Thank you again for the time.
You too. Thank you. See you.
See you later, sir.